What is up, my Lorcana Goons? Welcome to the Monday Market Watch. My name is Kevin. You're on the Lorcana Goons channel. We're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff today. So sit back, relax, and put down your Disney passes because we're going to check out some Disney card prices today. And as you can see, the boxes are low, but they're not anything different than they were last Friday. They did have a little bit of a dip less than that 280 mark, so now they're less than 300. And on that Friday from our last Market Watch, a lot of sales were happening from around that 250 to 280 mark. But since then, 280 it has been what it's settled at. So that's probably the price you're going to be paying for the booster boxes. There's more pre-sale listings for Chapter 2, however, and these listings are pretty high, more than $350 for these booster boxes. If you didn't know, the MSRP for these is supposed to be about 180, and usually resale value from shops is usually, respectively around a 200 250 mark, right? So 360 is insane, but hey, that's the market price, that's the demand for this game. You know me, I'm big on not buying pre-orders for sealed product. Maybe some of these prices might be interesting to you, but to me, they look like you're going to get finessed, right? Especially don't buy pre-orders for singles as well, not just the sealed product, because these legendary prices are insane for these pre-sale orders. And not just the legendaries, it's for all of them. Like this Cinderella is not going to be a $67 super. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. Don't give in to this hype. This Merlin is not going to be a $22 rare. Cusco is not even a $20 rare anymore, and that was the most expensive rare for a long time. And this card comes in the starter deck, so no need to do that. This legendary beast, not going to be $90. I don't think we have any legendaries that are non-foil that are this price. Even Rapunzel, which is the most expensive legendary in the set, has only hit heights of $60, $65. So what purpose is there for wanting to buy this at $88? So if you're buying these, please think again. Please second guess if you're interested in some of these cards that are that are from Chapter 2 that haven't hit the shelves yet, and you're looking at these prices. Just know this is going to go down, just like the way the prices went down this week for all the cards. So let me go ahead and get to the point. The market went pretty low this week overall on a lot of singles. So the market's been dipping. Not only is the Enchanted Elsa lower than 650 now, with some listings being around that 640-ish range, a lot of the singles are definitely hitting new lows that they've been lows and lows that they've haven't had in a while, right? So we'll go ahead and check that out. But overall, market's looking pretty nice if you want to buy some cards today. Enchanted Elsa, like I said, less than $700 now, so closer to that 650 range. Carefree Surfer Stitch, we were looking at this one last time. There's even less listings now with only 15 listings, and lowest verified is 240, but after that, the next verified seller has it at 300 and 375. So a lot of unverified people have it right here, so we'll go ahead and see what happens with Carefree Surfer Stitch with the Enchanted rare on that one. I think it's gonna, go up a little bit. 135 is the lowest listing unverified for this Enchanted Hades, but after that, going by lowest verified, it's at 160. But you can still find a lot of these Enchanted rares a little bit lower than not right now. Whereas the booster, because of the booster box, right? The booster box being available at less than $300 is pretty cool because it's going to keep these enchanted rares a little bit lower, and the enchanted Elsa a little bit lower than the $800 mark, right? But not only have the enchanted rares been staying low and the booster box price gone down, but the singles for a lot of these legendaries have been just falling. Like check out Surfer Stitch taking a break from riding all those waves. He has to kind of catch the wave down now, the downtrend. So okay, so we have hit as low as $30 with $4, $35 of going by lowest verified about. So $34 to $35 is what you're going to be paying for this Carefree Surfer Stitch. This is kind of interesting. We've seen this card jump around in the last couple of weeks from as low as $15 all the way to as high as dang near $50, and now it's hitting prices from the $30 range, right? But it's not just Carefree Surfer Stitch that's falling. It's a lot of legendaries, or not just legendaries, but even supers as well. We have Tinkerbell, which is normally a $20 super, even more than $20, arguably in some cases, with a lot of listings for less than $18, $16.97, $16 with $1 shipping. This person has 8 of them listed, ready to go for you. So if you want your Tinkerbell playsets at less than $20, you can find them from one seller right now. Shout out to Richard Ninja X with 8 of them listed, and then Savage Gaming LLC for dictating the lowest verified at $16.97 for these Tinkerbells. So Tinkerbell Tinkerbell's going down too. That's another card. We also got the Elsa, Spirit of Winter. This legendary is no longer in that mid 30 range. There's a couple verified sellers that have it for less than $30. We have one Health Points TCG, 29.41, 5,000 sales. Check that out. So less than $30. And the next one, Nightlife cards as well. Shout out you guys. You have four of them listed right there, 29.89, close to that $30 range, but just a little bit under $30 for the legendary Elsa Spirit of Winter now. So these cards used to be closer to the $40 range. Even Maleficent Monsters Dragon hitting that low of 29.96, just right under $30. A lot of these legendaries are coming down, guys. Rapunzel no longer at $60 legendary. Sorry, this is the foil. I'm looking at the foils first, but let's go ahead and check the non-foils. The non-foils are less than $60, closer to that $50 range, which is really nice to see because they were $60 for a cool couple weeks, right? This is the most expensive legendary in the set, and now that we've seen some reprints hit the shelves, there's a couple more listings, and they're kind of dictating that price. The cold foil price on this took a big dip as well because these were hitting as high as 110 to 120 on like a good day. Right now, we have plenty of cold foil Rapunzels that are less than $100 listed on TCG Player. So if you need cold foils, you want to haul out your deck, maybe now's the time to do it. It looks like there's a discount sale on the foil Rapunzel, right? John Silver, this card has fallen a lot too. Look at this little downtrend, this chart going on with John Silver. Ooh, this card was easily $30 last week, and now it's in the $25 range, right? I thought it was going to stay in the 30s because these reprints were just not coming. And even though these reprints did come, I still really haven't seen a lot of consumers say they've been able to get their hands on product, at least not here in the West Coast. So if you guys have been able to get your hands on product, let me know. But it is reflecting in the market price because there's a lot more listings now. There's 83 listings for John Silver, and plenty of them are less than $30, even less than $25. So if you guys need to build decks, you should start building some decks this week. If not, then I'm sorry, you bought cards at very expensive prices. Carefree Surfer Stitch. Here we go with sorry. We got Rockstar Stitch over here. Rockstar Stitch, here we go, less than $10. A couple listings at $9.45 plus $1 shipping, but less than $10 in general for Rockstar Stitch is pretty low. You can see how the market is, I guess you would say, tanking when cards like Whole New World were $15 last week, and now we have listings at around $10 with 44 cents of shipping included. And then we also have a $9.45 listing by Izzy Comics. So shout out Izzy Comics and Ditto Dave for dictating these prices. $9.45 for a Whole New World plus $1 shipping. That's pretty good in my opinion when this is like a $15 card a couple days ago when I was looking at it at the Market Watch, right? Hans, Scheming Prince. This was a $10 rare, coming all the way down back to the $7 range, right? This is coming down to all your singles, guys. All the rares, the super rares, the legendaries, they're all coming down. Be prepared. It's not a $10 rare anymore right now. This is a $7 rare. So if you bought these for $10, $9, they're less now. If you need more for your decks, pick them up. Check this out. Ariel, Spectacular Singer. Basically 50% off from what it was earlier in the month because this card was closer to $9-10, and right now you're finding them for $5.15 with the dollar shipping. Izzy Comics again, shout out you for dictating this price. There's also another one even cheaper, Little Shop of Cards, shout out you as well. So $5 for an Ariel Spectacular Singer seems like a really good deal. And now we're into this Lilo Limbo scenario. So check out Lilo. Lilo has had a rough couple weeks. We've been playing Lilo Limbo for the last 3 market watches, I believe, and it's just been going from $20 all the way down to the newest low, which is $5.95. Once again, Izzy Comics dictating these prices. Hey man, this guy got the lowest prices all day. So this guy, this person is definitely helping out the people get their cards at reasonable prices. That's kind of wild, man. Lilo all the way down to $5.95, and the next one goes to $6.94 with $1 with the shipping included. So it's about a $6 rare right now. We were looking at this throughout the couple days and a couple days ago, and I was saying how Enchanted Elsa kind of dictates the highs of the market, and like Lilo feels like it dictates the lows of the market. And like when Lilo hits like a new low, all these other cards are gonna get dragged along with it. So Lilo Limbo, everybody, everyone say thanks to Lilo. Let It Go, no longer in that $9 to $10 range for this rare. This one is also in that $5-6 range. Severely Addicted, and right next to Izzy Comics again. He got 2 of them right there for you for $5.50 plus $1 shipping. That is a discounted price in my opinion. That's pretty nice. But aside from these cards going down. The erratas have also have had a tough time keeping their prices up. So Befuddle is not a $20 foil like it was a week ago. Last Market Watch we saw it in that like $15 range, and this Market Watch there's still some in that $15 range. However, Hydro Pump Poke Shop, shout out you, has it for $12 and $2 shipping, so about $14. But he got five of them. So if you want a playset, you can get a little discount there. So it's closer to a $14 foil. A lot of sales were happening for the foil Befuddle for around that 12 to $15 range. And in terms of collectability or and like how important like this errata is going to be, it's not really changing much in the text. I think the reason why this is the most expensive one is because not only is it uncommon, but it's the card that's actually used in the metagame currently. It's used in multiple decks like Ruby Amethyst and Emerald Amethyst, and will probably be used in a lot of Amethyst decks going forward, right? It's just a good card in general. So I think that's the only reason why this one currently has this market price. Is just going to have some insane collectability in the future, maybe like years and decades from now, but just the fact that it's still an uncommon doesn't necessarily make it too crazy of a card, like too rare of a card to collect, right? I've been trying to find like other card games that have erratas and like how that's turned out for them in terms of collectability, and it doesn't. I haven't been able to find anything personally that's like outstanding to me. So if you guys know any card games that have erratas like this, where it's about like the card text, and how that has played into its collectability in the future, let me know, because I'm curious to know if this is an overpriced card, or in your opinion, this is a card that is potentially collectible in the future. But again, my opinion, the prices of the current market are going to reflect what the people of the community think and what the collectible community believes is important to collect. And honestly, like it just doesn't seem like these cards are going to hold a lot of collectability in the future outside of like the niche collector for the TCG, rather than the Disney collector that I feel is the collector community, right? So, for example, Work Together, the Patcha, this was a $5 foil, and now 2 weeks later, now that we've seen the reprints coming in, there's a gang of them being listed, and they're all at $2. So it was a foil that was worth pennies. Then it went up to $5, and now you can find it for $2. So it's not. It's the only reason like this one is a little bit more than the other erratas is because like, it's the actual word Patcha, right? But it's never going to be as expensive as Befuddle, for the reason being that it's a common, and the second reason being that it's not used in the metagame at all. Unless it's going to be used, then it'll probably have some collectability. Maximus Palace Horse. This card is kind of used sometimes. It is a super rare, and the foil, the highest it's gone, it has picked up a little bit in price from $6 to $10, but the highest it's gone is $10, and that's going to be based off of more likely the eroded version, the old version, right? So the first ed version. But there's not that many cards that have this in chapter one, so maybe if you do want to collect them, look it up. Just go on your Lorcana app and you can type in errata, and it'll show you which ones are getting the errata from the second wave. But hey, Boat Snack is another one that's having it. So the league promo went up a little bit, from like $4 to $6. But again, not too collectible. This was one that I'm gonna actually keep though, because it is the league promo and it has the errata, and it has the old text from before the errata. So that's kind of interesting. But the last thing I do want to go over is for the collectors, the true collectors who have a little bit more equity to spend. There have been some sales in the D23 market over this weekend. If you don't know what the D23 promos are, just do your own research on these. But these are the creme de la creme for Lorcana, in my opinion, for the prices. And I got rid of one of mine, and I want to get another one. So over the weekend on November 3rd, there was a 6 promo set with the folder included that sold for 14,000, which is pretty nice. That's 6 of the D23 promo cards with the actual folder that they gave you at the D23 when they first announced Lorcana to the public, right? We also have had a PSA 10 Mickey that sold. In my opinion, do your own research on the Mickeys if you're interested on the Mickeys, because there were a lot of fake Mickeys going around, and PSA had to stop taking in some of those Mickeys for a while, right? Just saying, that is fact. Then we also had another sale for the PSA 10 Rockstar Stitch. This was at $2,950, close to that 3,000 range. I think this is a new high for the PSA 10 in the recent time, if I'm not mistaken. And then a PSA 9, but this is by Beckett, I believe, and that is a $1,200 PSA 9 Rockstar Stitch. And then we have some raws that also sell for the Mickeys, which again, please do your own research when you're buying raw cards, raw D23 cards, and especially the raw D23 Mickey. There's a lot of fakes that went around last year, and I'm pretty sure people still make them. So please do your own research on those. And then we also have another sale for a Rockstar Stitch that was a PSA 10. This was a couple. This was Yes, no, sorry, this was over the weekend and it was the same price. It was $2,950. So two Rockstar Stitches on the PSA 10 level sold over this weekend, one on November 2nd and one on November 4th. So that was pretty cool. I personally like the D23 promo market in general. I like keeping up with it just because these are the most exclusive promos that Lorcana has ever made and probably will ever make, as far as we know, in my opinion, just because the way this was their way of announcing Lorcana to the world, right? So check out that story. I'm sure there's plenty of videos or plenty of information you can find on the D23 promo cards. And if anything, I'll do a breakdown video on those in the future. But this has been the Monday Market Watch on November 6th from Lorcana Goons. Thank you guys again for watching. Remember, do not buy these pre-order singles; it's not worth it. And to leave a like, comment, and subscription on Lorcana Goons YouTube. Check out our Discord as well. I'm gonna add a tab for Market Watch people so that we can discuss card prices, because sometimes these card prices change overnight. And like yesterday, there was Lilos that were selling for even less than what they're selling today, right? So I would love to like get like a group of people in the Discord who can definitely have like an active community of like price updates. If anything ever like starts getting bought out or something, so that we know what's going on in the market and we can partake in some of these great purchases and and smart shopping. So join the Discord, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc., and we will see you goons next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.